Okay, I can't hear you though.
No?
Oh, no, now I can. No, we're good.
Okay, okay.
Okay, we're good. Sorry about that, man.
No, it's okay.
It's the only thing I don't like about Zoom is like so many like so new and I'm not like totally familiar with it.
Hmm.
So
Exactly.
anyway, welcome to the show. How do you say your name? I feel like I'm gonna say it wrong.
Alexa. Alexa.
Alexa. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it wrong and then
No, no
and then
worries.
like be mean or anything. But
It's all right.
yeah. So well, let's get started here. So I thought we'd just start with the past season here. So I mean, I guess how are you doing with all this with this whole quarantine thing?
I think the biggest thing for me is because I'm a grade 12 student in high school. So I think like just like a lot of people in grade 12, like obviously it's affecting everyone, but like I mean for me, like I know like with school and everything and next year and like how it'll be different from some kids, just like not be able to get used to like university or college right away off the bat for next season and just I mean like everybody like in life I guess I mean it hasn't been easy but I mean you got to really look at everything like in a good way. I mean you talk to a lot of people now. Some people you maybe don't talk to before. You're talking to family more. So I mean, it's kind of hard, I guess, for everybody. But I mean, just for me, just being a grade 12 student and just worried about like colleges and that, and hockey season especially for some people too. So
Yeah, yeah, no, it's tough on everybody, and yeah, and you saying that you're in grade, are you going into grade 12? Or
I
are
am
you
in grade
going?
12 now, so I'm graduating this year.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what is it that are they going to like? Are they gonna have some kind of graduation just online, or how are they gonna are they
I know
going
in
to
the states, I think in the states it's been more defined on what they're going to be doing. I know like for like some states, I think like I know in Pennsylvania, I have some people that live in. I know some friends that live in Pittsburgh, and they're kind of having like a little graduation thing. I haven't heard much about us. I think they're looking more towards like the summer of maybe a prom or like a graduation, but nothing really defined as of now. I think.
right? Yeah, it's tough. You know, I feel bad for a lot of the kids, like especially yourself. Like I remember, I had my grade 12 prom graduation, and it was great. And I mean, I'm complaining here. Hey, I'm bored, but I work,
Yeah,
and not as much as I am, but at least I'm getting out. Whereas people,
exactly.
you know, you got kids like yourself who you know you want to have that grade 12 graduation,
Yeah,
you want that
for sure.
experience, and you know it's kind of just taken away and there's nothing you can
Mhm.
do about it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So you know it is what it is, but you know we just hope that things you know get better, and especially
Okay.
September, October when hockey starts. So
Yep,
you know
for sure.
yeah, so I guess I'll kind of give you a I've almost asked everybody, everyone that I've interviewed from the team, I've asked
Hmm.
kind of the same question. But how did you feel about losing Game 7, even though if you had won, they were going to cancel hockey anyway?
It's tough, I think that's a team that we really battled with all year. A
Hmm.
lot of us, I think, are like a lot of our team was about like maybe Windsor area or like just playing like AAA hockey growing up. You played against like a lot of the LaSalle kids, so I mean, there's a bit of a rivalry on the ice, or like some you're friends with off the ice too. But especially playing in Chatham, there's like 1,000 fans a night, and especially in playoffs, it got really big. And
Yeah.
just to be up 3-1 and not close it. I mean, just for ourselves and for the fans, it's tough, especially really thought we had the series. I thought, but you got to win 4 games, and we didn't, sadly. But I mean, that's hockey. It happens, I guess. But I mean, I think the biggest thing was just not being able to close it, especially because of fans. I mean, there's no other arena or like team in our league I think that gets fans like we do. So I mean, just to get like a huge turnout that we did, and just not being able to close it out, just it kind of stung a bit. But yeah, for sure. I mean, it wasn't especially happy, but I mean, it's playoff hockey. You got to win 4 games, and we didn't.
And that's it. I mean, but you know what? I mean, I was just talking to Riley earlier, and I
Yeah.
kind of mentioned the fact that a couple of years ago, LaSalle was in the same boat that you guys were. So they were down like so many, or they lost the first game. Or no, sorry. So Chatham won the first game, I think, and then it was LaSalle that won the second game, third game, fourth game, and then it was LaSalle, and then it was Chatham who won the rest of the games and knocked
Mhm.
them out of the series, and
Yeah.
it was insane. So it was kind of in a weird way. Like I'm a Chatham fan, but it
Yeah,
was kind of nice in a way to see them have that moment too. Like I
exactly.
don't want to
Yeah.
take that away from you guys, but
No, I
um,
understand.
yeah, as a league perspective, I could, it's nice to see that happen for them as well. But like everyone else, hockey ended, so
So,
you
yeah.
know, even for like my girlfriend, she does stuff for the Moretown Flags, and this was like apparently going to be their year, and they were almost
Make
like they
sure. Yeah.
had pretty much almost won every single game,
Yeah.
and then they got right to the finals, and then everything shut down, and I was like, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but it is what it is, right? But yeah, so during the past season, what were some of your favorite moments and not so favorite moments?
I think for sure my favorite moment in a whole was probably just the environment of Chatham. I think we had a really good like coaching staff. My teammates were grade A class. I mean, everybody on the team like brothers for life almost. You're talking to them every day. You get the rink a lot. The training staff, everybody involved, the fans especially. I mean, I think like the greatest thing taken away was just the environment of playing in Chatham. I obviously knew that they had like a lot of fans coming to games, but I wasn't sure it would be that crazy almost. Where every night you're getting 700 plus. Um, and I think probably the worst thing of the season might have just not pulling through Game 7, just not
Right.
winning the series. I mean, obviously the season was kind of a wash where no one's really playing right now, and that's how it turned out. But I mean, it's not easy almost getting reverse swept like that,
Mhm.
especially a team you've been battling against all year. And, they knocked us 9-2 one game, and we really couldn't seem to find a way to beat them, and we almost had it. But I mean, as I said, they won 4 games, we didn't. But I mean, it kind of sucked not beating them, and just also like just taking it home for the fans because like I think we almost had like 2,000 fans the one game. I think it was Game 6, and it obviously stings when that many people come out to support you in junior B hockey, and you just can't really win for them.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I was actually at that game, and I thought, you know what, we're gonna close them down right now, and didn't go
Yeah,
your way, but it's usually that's just how hockey goes sometimes, and it's anybody's game. So um, I know like it was a really high intense series. Probably one of the
for
best
sure.
I've seen. Just the way it kind of played out, and just with the rivalry. And I know that there always kind of has been with Chatham and LaSalle, as well as if it when we've gone to the second round, it seems like we always play like Leamington or whatever. So yeah, it was still really entertaining, and it was good for me, and yeah, um, yeah. So obviously you play defense. Um, who did you typically have the best chemistry with on the ice?
I think my partner Kimmer, Ryan McCam. I think we really like complement each other's games. I feel like we really like fill our spots when we need to be. I mean, if one of us jumps, we don't cover ourselves. We're really good friends off the ice too, which helps. I mean, everyone on the team is, but like we always carpool together up to Chatham. So I mean, like
Okay.
we'd always talk before games, whatever it is, and I think we just our games are kind of similar, and whether they're not, we really help each other just become better. And we're easy to talk to. We're not always yelling or anything. Like we're really calm, and relaxed. So I think that was like one of the guys that I had the most chemistry with. I mean, I'm playing with him every day in practice or in games. So I mean, like I really learned to like play with him and get to know like what are his strengths, weaknesses, and him as well for me. So I think my deep partner would probably be the best person I chemistry with.
Right. Um, yeah. So who did you enjoy playing the most against? Like which team?
So I still
So
do. Yeah, I mean, I know a couple of guys in the team. I think a lot of guys on our team do. Like, there's a bit of a rivalry a bit with some players. I know AJ Ryan used to play there before, then he came to us, and it kind of like put a little spark in it too. And just playing like when you're playing a team for 7 games straight, I think a little rivalry begins to play, and you like playing them more and more. So I think it had to have been LaSalle. There's a lot of other good teams we played. Like London was always fun to play against. I mean, they have a lot of 99s and they have a lot of good players, but I think just LaSalle because the rivalry kind of grew. It was a good rivalry that we had. Like we had a pretty good series, I think, as you said too. So I mean, if it's got to be one team, I think I like playing the Sal the most.
Right. Yeah, this just brings to my attention because you're talking about the rivalry and everything. I think it might have been game 4. You guys were playing in Chatham, and I remember there was a huge fight. It was at the end where the LaSalle goalie was. I think Dallas Marovic, he got a goal, and then something happened, and then it was
I
just a
remember,
huge
yeah.
fight. Yeah, what was that
I
all about?
I don't know exactly what happened. I remember just Dallas scored and everybody kind of just jumped on the bench a little bit, and then somebody just hit somebody, I guess, and it just happened. I mean, it's bound to happen when you're playing hockey. You're playing the team 17, like I get a team 7 times. So I mean, it was gonna happen. I guess nobody was really like shocked or anything that it happened. I don't know what exactly caused it, but I just somebody hit someone, I guess, and then somebody hit him back.
Right, right. And I mean, I think I've talked to a couple guys where like I've asked like after the game, like because as a spectator,
Yeah,
a
for
lot of
sure.
times too, like I just see what I see, and you don't really see what's
Exactly.
going on the
Yeah.
ice. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've had to ask, I think McKim, and I said like, dude, what was that all about? And he's like, oh, it's just sometimes you get someone shoves you and they hit you too hard, or you just have to cover for your other teammate. It's just like a cross,
Mm-hmm.
like it's like a cross effect, or it's like something that just kind of happens.
It
But
was. Yeah, I didn't see
um,
what started it, but I'm sure just he hit him and he hit him back, and just what happened.
right. Um, yeah. So is there a lot of commitment to the team compared to other leagues?
I think so. Yeah. When Tyler Roser came in, we had a little bit of different approach, I'd say. Obviously, Kyle Mackrick, great guy, great coach. Everybody really liked playing for him. But when Tyler Roser came in, we kind of started having like pre-practice sessions, and we're practicing more. We'd have like Saturday skates. So I mean, like I think that aspect was different, which really helped because I know like in junior B, you're practicing about 2 times a week and then you're playing. So I think with when Ross came in, the perspective a little bit changed. Where I mean, he really wants to build a program out of Chatham, and we're skating a lot more, and he's trying to get more exposure for us, which was huge. So I mean, like I think there's a more commitment, and obviously in junior hockey, there's way more of a commitment. But
Right.
especially when Roger came in, like a lot of it changed a little bit. Where we're skating more, practicing more, intensity's higher, and all that too. So I think like there obviously is a commitment, but with Ross coming in, it really changed.
So when it comes to like the coaches, what how did you find? And I know you kind of just mentioned about with when Roser came in, you guys practiced more and stuff. But what was the difference? What was the difference between McCarrick's approach and Roser's approach to the game?
Um, I think the biggest, I think like they have the same approach. We want to just develop as hockey players, get better, move on to bigger leagues, and so on. And I think the approach was the same as far as that. And just winning games, getting better day by day. The only difference I'd say was probably Roz when he played. So he played college hockey, obviously at Cornell, 4 years, and I think he has a lot to take to the college side of the game, where Americans, it's a little bit different kind of style hockey. So I think the biggest change was that, was just like him bringing that kind of aspect to us, a little bit like a different style of hockey, jumping in a little more and all that. But I think the approach was the same. We're winning games, we're trying to develop and all that good stuff. But maybe Rod's difference was just American style hockey, and that's about it.
Right, right on. Yeah, was there any like I know I kind of asked you about funny moments, but was there or not funny, but I was asking you about all like the good and bad or your favorite moments. But was there any like funny moments that happened on the ice, or whether that be like during a game or with the crowd or anything that you remember?
For sure, in practice, there's a lot of funny moments that we had. Games, maybe just the fans. I mean, how they get into it. It's pretty something else, I'd say. If a team takes a penalty, they're hearing it. If the goalie lets in a goal, he's hearing it too. So, I mean, I think that just feeding off the crowd and just, what I mean? You want to have fun in hockey. And I mean, playing in Chatham, there's nowhere else better to play, I think. I've had a lot of fun this year. And I think a lot of it comes from the crowd and the atmosphere and the fans. And I mean, there's a lot of funny moments that happen in the room or in practice too. But I mean, I think just the fans itself, just letting the goal here if he lets in a bad goal or a bad penalty. So I think that's the best one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I don't know what was going on. I was trying to get a picture of, I think it was either McKim or it was, I'm trying to think who else it was, but they were playing against, I think you guys were playing against LaSalle, or it was Kamoka, I think. Um, and I can remember, I think it was Linker that was in net, and Linker's just chilling there, and everyone's like yelling at him, like, "Come on, Linker, get it!" Or like chilling at the other side of the ice, and like, "Come on, Linker, get him!"
Yeah, I remember
he's
that.
like,
Yeah,
he's like, "Linker, get him!" And he's like, just standing there, they're like, "No, I don't want to." And it was just
yeah,
funny, like the crowd, they just yell at the guys, and it's like the goalie's not gonna want to go in and get involved. He has nothing to get involved
exactly.
for, so.
Hmm.
But yeah, I would definitely say with the crowd, they really do try to get
Yeah,
involved and
they're the best for sure.
yeah, and try to get under the other player's skin. But yeah, so is there anything that you would like change about how things went in the season, or is there anything that you would change about your play or plays of others, or?
I mean, I think we had a really strong finish to the season. Obviously, we didn't really close it out, but I mean, just being in the room a lot, like the attitude of the room was like one of the best, and the coaches and the staff. I mean, they're a bit of a younger core, and you know, what I mean, they're easy to laugh with, but I mean, they're really knowledgeable. I know, like obviously, Roger played at Cornell, Ted's played at Guelph and at Leamington, and Kent played also hockey junior level. So I mean, like I wouldn't say there's anything to change. I mean, I think we really progressed a lot as a team, as players, as individuals. So I mean, I don't think there's anything to change. I mean, you want to win the last series, that's about it. But I mean, it happened. But no, I don't think we want to really change anything. I think we're really happy with how things ended.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I know that you've gotten into a fight or two on the ice. Do you like to fight on the ice, or is it just you just do what you have to?
I mean, it happens really. You know, I'm not really the one to get a look for it. I mean, if something happens and you have to step in, you have to step in.
Okay.
It's obviously way better with the Chatham fans. I mean, they love screaming for it. But no, it's not really something I look for. I think. I mean, if it happens, if I have to step in, I'll step in. I'm not really worried about that. But I mean, yeah, I mean, LaSalle, there's a little one. I remember Strathmore, there's a little one too. But I mean, it's not something I really look for.
Okay. Has there ever been times where the coaches have asked guys on the team like go rough them up, or like hit them or like things like that, or?
Yeah, just be physical, finish your checks. That's about it. No one's really
Okay.
sending like, yeah, no one's sending like death threats or anything.
Yeah, we're not like.
Just yeah, no, just finish your head and all that.
Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit more Hollywood. You see stuff like that, like,
Yeah,
yeah, like
exactly.
go whack him in the leg or something. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I wasn't
no,
going for that,
not
but
anymore. No, no, I know, not anymore though.
okay. Um, yeah. So, did you have a team that you didn't like playing against?
Um, maybe Sarnia away. I know their fans are a little bit like ours too, and they're a bit of a not a rougher team, but I mean, I like playing. I mean, obviously, I mean, maybe Sarnia was one of the tougher teams to play, but there's no one I really didn't like playing against. I mean, it's a really good league. I think it deserves more credit it should get that it gets,
Right.
and I mean, maybe Sarnia. I know their fans would get into it behind the bench a little bit and all that, but no one really I'd say.
Okay. Um, yeah. So you're obviously from Tecumseh, right?
So Town.
Now I remember you mentioning something about one of the players. Maybe I might be wrong, but did you have to live with the Billet family, or you just drove?
Yeah, I drove. It's about like 45 minutes. I
Okay.
think there's about like 5 of us in a carpool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who did you normally come down with?
Well, the beginning of the year, it was me, Maddox Reichel, Jake Fields, Ryan McKim. And that was the beginning, and then it ended with me, Dallas Morovic, Ryan McKim, Ashton Jones, and AJ Ryan.
Okay, so those kind of guys you really got to know just from
Exactly.
spending
Yeah,
more
for
of the
sure.
time, right?
Yeah, a
Okay.
lot.
Nice. Now, kind of talking about the upcoming potential season, it is confirmed that you are committed to the Victoria Grizzlies. What made you decide to commit to that team?
think the biggest thing was it is one of the strongest leagues in Canada and maybe North America too. And I felt like it was a no-brainer. It was less of me leaving Chatham and me just taking a really strong opportunity to play somewhere because I love Chatham and like I could say 10 times more. And it was a really fun place to play. And I met a lot of good people, a lot of good teammates. But I feel like this is something I couldn't pass up. So, I mean, I felt like it was a pretty easy decision for me just to take the step forward and play in the BCHL. And I felt like Victoria I know it's a beautiful city there, and they have a really good staff and management and really good, strong program and strong history. So for me, it was really a no-brainer just to say yes and decide to commit there.
Well, that's good, man. Do you know anybody that's from that team? Do you know anything about it?
I don't know anybody really on the team. I played against one goalie that used to play there. That's about it. I think I know one guy that's committing there, or that has committed there. Nothing really, no one really set in stone there. I think I've talked to obviously the coach and a couple of guys there, but no one I really know there.
Okay. Now, so I'm trying to figure a way to ask this. So I'm a big hockey fan, but the
Yeah.
term committed. So
Mhm.
like how does that work? So I mean committed, like so you're gonna go to that team, but like don't you still have to try out for the team? How does that work?
It's June 1st is the official signing date of where like you're like on the team. So I've committed it until June 1st and I'll sign.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so what are your expectations of the upcoming season?
I think just obviously just getting bigger, faster, stronger. I work out with Joey Garland, which is kind of a privilege. He used to work with the Spitfires and Team Canada. So I go there in the summer, I'll come back and I get to also train a little bit with Mike Weber. He's still in the NHL. So, I mean, just working on my feet, I think, getting like quicker and working on my first step or walking the blue line, I think is huge things for me. But I mean, just getting bigger in the gym, I think, I mean, I got to put on a couple pounds just to make my way in the league a bit. But yeah, I mean, I get to work out in the summer with Joey Garland, which is huge, and also train with Mike Weber, or possibly I'll go to Athletes Fuel a little bit too and work with Ross and his brother because I know he's a really good skating coach. So I mean, I think it's just getting on the ice, especially right now where we really can't. But as the time is right now, just working out.
Okay. In terms of working out, have you been able like have like some gear at home that you can work with, like just shooting pucks
Yeah.
on the net or stick
Mhm.
handling or?
Yeah, in the garage we got a pretty good gym actually. We got a squat rack and a rowing machine. We got really everything that I need. Shooting pucks a little bit too, and just yeah, I think the big thing right now is that we're fortunate to have a gym in my garage. So I think that's really big for me, and just using it every day or stretching or whatever it is, and protein drinks, whatever I can, just to help myself off the ice. If it's rollerblading or whatever I can, also too. So I mean, it's obviously tough for everybody right now. Even in the NHL, I know guys are kind of like struggling too. I mean, you know, they have obviously way nicer gyms, but some, you know what I mean, at home. But I think for everybody right now, hockey, whatever it is, just using what you have.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm in the same boat, man. Like like before everything happened, I was probably in the best shape that I was in for a long
Mm-hmm.
time. And then everything happened. I couldn't use the gym. And I think it was a bit of a wake up call for myself because now I know like, once I move out, I'm buying more workout gear just that way something like this should happen again. I'm prepared
Yeah.
because like this stuff I have, like I can't really do any squats. I can't deadlifts. It's like I'm deadlifting like 100 pounds, which is nothing compared to what I can do.
Yeah.
And so it really does make it difficult. So I know what you're saying. But yeah, it is, like I said, it is what it is, and we just try to work with what we got. And
Mm-hmm.
um, but yeah, so I guess I have some more fun questions than just straightforward questions. But do you have any favorite NHL players?
Chris Letang, for sure. I
Okay.
think that's a good guy I try to like model my game a bit off of. I love Sidney Crosby growing up. I was just one of those kids that I think kind of jumped onto the bandwagon. So I love Pittsburgh, and especially like when I understood more hockey growing up, I really like Chris Letang.
Okay. Yeah, so I was good. I guess my next question was, do you have a favorite team? But you said Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
So
Pittsburgh.
do you have any other favorite teams or just Pittsburgh?
I really like watching the Leafs. Obviously, we get like a lot more Leafs games than anybody else living in like Windsor or Chatham. So I think that like they also have a really good like hockey team. They're really young and stuff, so they're really exciting to watch. Obviously, so I mean, just like having access to watch the Leafs a lot. I mean, I really like watching the Leafs. And obviously, their atmosphere is like one to nine in the NHL. So I mean, obviously, just watching the Leafs is a given.
Okay. Have you ever been to a game?
Been to a Leafs game. I've been to a couple of Detroit games across the border. I've been to Pittsburgh games, Boston games. I haven't been to Toronto yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I went to a Toronto game back in February, just before they almost started closing everything down right at the
Mhm.
beginning of the month, and
Yeah,
it was pretty sweet because I'm like a huge Toronto fan.
yeah,
Like I got like a signed Frederick Anderson jersey. Well, actually, it's not mine; it's my dad's. But like I got like I bought him a signed Frederick Anderson jersey, and then a signed Austin Matthews picture, and I got a couple other memorabilia all in my room. So yeah, no, I'm a huge Toronto fan as well. Um, yeah, so do you play or watch any other sports besides hockey?
basketball, soccer. I guess whatever's on right now, I'm trying to watch. But yeah, I think basketball, soccer, football. I'm not really a baseball guy, but if it's the World Series, I'll obviously watch it.
Yeah, kind of like everybody, you know, like I know there's a lot of people that are not really into like baseball or football, but like if it's like the World Series or if it's like the Super Bowl, everybody has
Yeah,
to watch it.
yeah, I'm gonna watch it for sure.
Like I don't know if it's about I don't know if it's about Super Bowl or just the food. I don't know, maybe a little bit of both.
Championships, yeah, just a championship setting, and it's if you're gonna watch a baseball game, might as well watch the last one.
Yeah, exactly, right. Um, did you have you ever felt like anxious or nervous about not making a team or not getting on a team that you wanted to be on?
So yeah, I mean, when I was younger, but I think as I grew up, I mean, like it's just a process. I mean, obviously for kids if they get cut or whatever, it's not easy. I was fortunate, just I always made the team, Sun County every year, and like got to make Chatham and stuff. So I mean, for me, I mean, obviously like school sports, whatever it is, if you don't make it, I mean, it is what it is. Just get better at it next year. But I mean, I think in my hockey career, I've been fortunate enough just to always take a step forward in my career and just be able to make the team and the next team and move on in the league. So I mean, for me personally, I don't think I've ever been anxious or anything because I've been fortunate to make process like the progress in my life. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's not easy if you're cut from a team, whatever it is.
Yeah, no, yeah, you know, for sure when people get cut, I'm sure it does give that bit of, I guess it does give a bit of that confidence toll, I guess. You know, like, you know, people get cut from the team, they're thinking like, well, where am I going to go? Where am I going to play? Especially guys that really are passionate and really want to play, right?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I was going to ask you. Yeah, so for I guess for your future, what do you want to do with your life? Do you want to continue to just go to the highest level? Do you want to do college, university?
College in the states, D1, D3. I mean, everybody's really admiring D1 hockey, but I'm really open to D3. I think it'd be really cool just to play college hockey in the States and just live that college atmosphere and go to school, get an education. So, I mean, obviously, I want to play in the NHL, but just to play college hockey, I think would be the top for me. And just getting an education, playing college hockey. I mean, obviously, the atmosphere is crazy. D1, D3, wherever you play. So, I mean, just taking a step into the BCHL, I think is really huge for me to just get there.
Oh, that's nice, man. So if you were to go to school, is there anything you would like to take specifically? Anything that you have an interest in?
I think kind of sounds little funny, but nursing, maybe one of them. Bio, science, a couple other things. I'm not really set in stone. I know I'll take a year off of school next year and just focus on hockey or get my SAT up, but nothing really that I'm set in stone on right now. I mean, obviously I'm open. I mean, in a year anything can change, I guess, especially if I'm not going to school. So I mean, obviously there's things that like interest me, but I'm just gonna take my time off and really just wait for it and see how it goes next year.
Well, it's good, man. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, so we're kind of coming up on time here. I just wanted to thank you for coming on and sharing your experience with the
For
team
sure.
and your for your upcoming season. And I wish nothing but the best for you.
You too.
And you stay safe, and
You too.
your family stay safe.
Thank you. You too.
All
Thanks for
right.
having me.
Take care.
You too. Bye.